From zero to your first Amazon brand. Let me show you how. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO and founder of EHP Consulting Group, and my goal is to make you a millionaire and stay a millionaire on Amazon. Let's dive in. There's a lot to go over today, so I'm going to be going through these slides a little bit fast, but I want you to get as much value as possible out of these videos. So it's going to be, let's get to your first 3,000 on your first launch. That's going to be the first goal, right? If you're making 3,000, you're most likely profiting and we're good to go. So number one is finding a good product that's different from the rest. Number two is testing your number one competitor's product and product complaints. Number three is making your product better than the competitors. Number four is creating a launch strategy with brand registry. Number five is successfully actually launching the product. Number six is constant product improvement and protection. Here's a full in-depth checklist if you want to launch, screenshot this, whatever. This is kind of like the full in-depth checklist that we utilize. The main websites needed for Amazon successful launch is going to be lettercount.com, grammarly.com, fiverr.com, and then you may need a tool like AMZ Scout, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and or Smart Scout. They're all in the description. They're all pretty similar, so just go with the one that's the cheapest. In this video, I'm going to be kind of targeting AMZ Scout, G-Sheet, and Amazon's profit tool. So all of these are free. Fiverr, you might have to pay some money if you need help. And then these ones are not free, but some of them do give a free trial. Toolbox and what you need basic English and grammar, right? You need to understand English. If you don't, it's gonna be a lot harder to launch a product successfully on Amazon. You need to have the ability to think like the customer. So put yourself in the customer's shoes. We've all been customers, so you should be able to do that. You need to understand PPC. I'm not going to talk about PPC in today's video, but look up some introductions on how to run Amazon PPC initially as a beginner. And then a budget is $5,000 to $10,000 for the first product launch. I'm just being completely honest. It may cost less, it may cost more, but if you can have some type of budget like this, it's gonna really help you in your product launch. Okay, step one is finding a good product. So do you love what you do or do you specialize in anything? Are you an HVAC worker? Do you repair plumbing, right? If you do that, maybe you could launch a plumbing tool. Do you have airsoft as a hobby? Maybe you can launch a special airsoft gun or attachment. We have a client that loves golf, so we said, hey, what does the golf game need? I wish I had this, I wish it was better, and we made them a product. Again, we had a client that does plumbing, and then we help them launch a product like this, and that makes it a lot easier. Once you have some ideas, you want to make a G-sheet and just write down all of your ideas on, okay, what am I going to launch? What are some product ideas? Do you see something cool on Amazon? Write it down. Do you see something cool on TikTok? Write it down. Do you see a Facebook ad that you're getting targeted and it's a cool product? Write it down. You can use the hashtag also TikTok made me buy it. This is where you find a lot of different products. Your goal in this phase is to get your energy, your creative juices flowing, and just have all of that zest to launch your first product. So get those creative juices flowing. This is your creative time to find products to explore. A lot of times you'll find a product on TikTok. You can also go on allsharktankproducts.com and to get some ideas on products to launch. This is a really good website to find different products to launch, and a lot of them are not on Amazon yet. Once you kind of have a list, it's going to be time to analyze those products, and that's step number two. Is it making money? So you're going to get your G-sheet out. You're going to ensure that almost all of the competitors in the product that you launch are making at least $10,000 a month. If you're launching a product and a lot of the competitors are not making $10,000 a month, no bueno, you probably should not launch it because you're trying to make money here. You're not trying to lose money. So if you utilize AMZ Scout, there's a Chrome extension right here, and then it kind of tells you their estimated monthly revenue. So super easy to do. And then how many competitors are there? So if there's like 100 competitors, like if you're competing, you're trying to launch a multivitamin, there's too many competitors. I recommend to niche down and find a niche product. So here's a niche product right now. This one only, at the time of making this, there was only 3 competitors on Amazon. It's a touchless vacuum. So it's a vacuum, it stands in the corner. If you cut hair or your dog sheds or you get stuff on the floor, you just swipe it near the vacuum and it automatically suctions it up. It's pretty awesome. And there's only 3 competitors, so that's a really good area. How much does it cost? So then finding the estimated cost. So now you have an example of the product, you have an example of how many competitors, you have and this is all on a G sheet. You have an example, okay, how much does it cost? So again, you can use AMZ Scout and you can click on one of the competitors and click find on Alibaba, and it's gonna help you find the product on Alibaba so you can see how much the manufacturers charge to make this type of product. Now you can see for this one, they on Amazon, it costs $149 to make. And on Alibaba, you can do a reverse image search and use the tool, and it costs, right now, it looks like the manufacturers are charging $58. So it costs around $58 to make. They're selling on Amazon for triple that, $149 pretty much triple. And you can see the manufacturer right here. They've been in business for 15 years. They're verified, pretty solid. Once you get that, you can go onto Google and type in Amazon profitability calculator, and you can see, okay, is it profitable? Is it not profitable? And kind of go from there. You kind of want a 30 to 40% profit margin if possible. So here's the example of the calculator. Again, this is free. You just Google it, Amazon FBA profit calculator. It's gonna look something like this. And then you just type in the competitor's product and it gives you all the competitors' fees. So you can see how much Amazon charges to fulfill it and the commission and all that fun stuff. All you have to do is just put in your cost of goods sold and you can kind of get a net profit to see if you can make it. And then you can narrow down your list to the ones that are making the most profit, right? Narrow your list down to the top 3 to 5 most profitable products and double down on them. I always have clients launch 3 to 5 products in different niches to ensure success on Amazon. So again, when you're launching, I recommend to launch 3 to 5 different products, and I want them to be completely different. If you're launching one of them as a vacuum, do not launch 3 vacuums. Launch a vacuum, launch an outdoor product, launch an indoor basketball product, right? You can launch different things. So you want to do completely different things because you'll be surprised. One of them completely succeeds and the other 2 are duds. Next is finding the manufacturer. Kind of already found some of the manufacturers, but you want to find more than one manufacturer. You want to reach out to 5 to 10 manufacturers on Alibaba. The easiest way is to show them the #1 competitor's product on Amazon. So just be like, hey, let's say this is the #1 product. If we're trying to sell a touchless vacuum and we find this product, all you have to do is copy the ASIN and then you reach out to 10 manufacturers, make another G sheet. This is the manufacturer's G sheet. And you reach out to them and you say, hey, I'm an Amazon seller. I want to launch a product like this on Amazon. Can you make it? And then they're going to tell you if they can make it or not, right? And sometimes they have videos. Sometimes they're like, hey, we can't make this. We've never made it before. Or sometimes they already have a sample and they're like, yes, we can totally make this. We're actually the manufacturer for this. So that's when you have a benefit. So always reach out to around 10. Ask them if they offer something like it and can remake it. Grade the manufacturer on how respectful they are, how fast they reply, and how well their English is. Because if a problem comes up and they don't respond for weeks, that's an issue. Or if they can't understand your English, that's a huge issue if a problem ever comes up. Next, once you kind of have those top 10 manufacturers, you're probably going to be narrowing it down by now, and it's time to do a test buy. Test buy a sample from the manufacturer, have them ship it via UPS, FedEx, or DHL, so it gets to your house in like a week. And then you're also going to test buy the #1 competitor. So you're going to find this #1 competitor, add to cart, buy theirs, and you're going to compare the #1 competitor's product to the manufacturer's product that they send you, and that way you can see how good the manufacturer actually is, and you can compare multiple manufacturers. Take photos, measurements, determine how you can get your product to stand out, what the sample needs to be improved on. And then here's a test buy. You can also go through the negative reviews of your competition, and you can literally see what people are saying that's not good. Had to reorder one with hair and the filter appeared used. So this one appeared used. You can always fix that if you launch your product. All of your products have to be vacuum sealed and have special tape where if you rip off the tape, it says product has been opened. So you can have special things like that. Vacuum seal item, have temper evident tape, video instructions and written instructions. So what can you do to improve your product compared to your competitor? Don't forget to review the positive reviews too. So sometimes the positive reviews, they also say, hey, this product's great. By the way, here's some cons. Toddlers love to play with the knobs and turn it on just because. The first runs have a chemical smell. So maybe you can talk to your manufacturer to have it have a safe mode where the toddlers can't press the buttons and mess up the entire vacuum. Next, create an updated idiot-proof list on what your product will need to succeed. So what does it need to succeed now? How can you make your product better than the competitors? What's wrong with the sample that your manufacturer sent you? How can you make it better? Do you want a different color? Does it need to be vacuum sealed? Do you need special written instructions? What does it need? Then send this list to your manufacturer and see if they can make it better for you. Pro tips, sometimes after step 4, sometimes I'll actually send the competitor's product directly to the manufacturer in China. And then their engineers will work on it for free, reverse engineer it, and know exactly what you want. So that makes it a lot easier, and I mean like 1,000 times easier. The engineers will reverse engineer it and ensure it's just as good and or better than their product. Now it's time to create a logo. Once the manufacturer agrees to create your item, it's game time. It's time to create that logo. So here's a logo example. Ensure your logo is related to your product, short and sweet if possible. Utilize trademarkia.com or fiverr.com to find a trademark attorney to ensure you're not copying somebody else's trademark with your logo. Step 7 is finally to file that trademark. So this step is optional, but it's highly recommended. You can file a trademark. It's going to cost anywhere from $350 to $1,200. It's $350 if you know how to do it yourself. Having a trademark gives you access to Amazon Brand Registry. Brand Registry helps you protect your intellectual property and gives you hella benefits. It's highly recommended. And if you don't have a trademark, you most likely will not succeed. You only need one trademark. Just make a generic trademark for all of your products that you're launching and then kind of go from there. Brand registry approval so once you get your trademark, right when you file it, 3 days later, even though it's not officially approved by the government, you can get it approved by Amazon. So 3 days after you submit it, you can file it with brand registry and it gives you tons of benefits. Here's all the benefits if you're a brand owner on the right. Step 9, ensure your product does not violate any patents. So just triple check that your product that you're launching, it doesn't violate any patents. Because if you do violate any patents, you're going to get kicked off of Amazon. And then step 10 is to create your listing. So start to create your listing on Amazon. Get ready. You want to get prepared to create your listing, create your UPC code, your FNSKU code early. You can get your UPC code from gs1.org. Also ensure you can test to see if Amazon removes your listing. So why you're creating a listing so early is you want to see if Amazon asks for any certifications. So it might be like if you're selling a baby product, they might say, oh, before you list this, you need all of these certifications. So you can double check with your manufacturer if they have those certifications. Finally, you're going to create your how to order doc. And this is like a step-by-step dummy-proof document that has everything written on how to make your product to the best of your ability, right? What's it supposed to look like? What's the color? How is the box supposed to be sealed? What's the size of the box? You want to make it idiot-proof, so when you give it to the manufacturer, they make it exactly how you want it the first time. The document's for the manufacturer, so they don't mess up. Ensure the how-to document has everything the manufacturer needs. That way you can blame them if anything goes wrong and get all your money back. Then you're going to finally place the order. Step 12 is to place the order. Once the order doc is approved, you get it to the manufacturer, they double check it, they read it, you're good to go, you can place the order. Ensure to pay everything via Alibaba, because if something goes wrong, Alibaba gives your money back right away. So definitely just make sure you pay via Alibaba. Do not pay off of Alibaba on PayPal. And finally, step 13 is to create that launch strategy. So the manufacturer is going to create the product. It usually takes 30 to 60 days for them to actually create it and ship it in Amazon, all that fun stuff. It's time for you to create your launch strategy. And that's going to be your copywriter optimization for your title, bullet points, description, backend keywords. First, image creation is going to be the most important to make sure yours stands out. Secondary images, A+ content, brand story, Amazon advertising, get it ready to go, Amazon buying so you get reviews, get your friends and family ready to go. You want to have a pricing strategy where you break even. You want to start very, very low so you get really, really good reviews and you slowly increase the price. Implement everything. You can hire on Fiverr. You can also contact us or anybody else to help you with a lot of these strategies. And then step number 14 is going to be the final step, and that's just to constantly improve your product. So the number one most sellers mess up is their first launch is running out of stock. Make sure you have enough stock, and then make sure you order enough. And remember, when you run out of stock, you run out of momentum on Amazon. Also, review each customer review unemotionally. Do your best to continue to improve your product, because you will receive negative feedback. So you just want to make tiny improvements every time you order the product back to the manufacturer. You update your how to order guide and have a little bit of extra stuff, so that way your product is even better. And that's it for today's video. I know we went over a lot, but if you did learn something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend to subscribe to the channel, because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help with product research or launching a product on Amazon, contact ehpconsultinggroup.com. It's in the description. And our number one service is going to be full account management, where we help you launch your product, we find your product, and then we manage your launch to make sure it's a successful one. We do your customer service, your advertising, your inventory, and even contacting your manufacturer for you to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. Contact EHP about full account management. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO, and I'm signing out.